I don't know what to talk about. I want to talk about everything, anything, but then when I go to try to write a script or do an unscripted video, I end up making it way too long, feeling awkward, self-conscious, self-judgmental, going off topic too far, not being as eloquent as I want, having too many pauses like just now, even though that wasn't even a very long one comparatively. My hair's a fucking mess. I look like a slob. And it's not like from the heart. Like I need everything to be from the fucking heart. I need to be like fully open and experiencing homeostasis and having all the juices flowing and the energy moving. But I know if you only do things when it's easy, you're not going to get far in life. I've learned that the hard way and over and over and over again in every aspect of my life, literally bar none. So I'm just taking a stab here. There's another long pause. And I will say that there are demons that I'm battling. There is like this part of me that feels guilty at the thought of being a successful YouTuber. Like, how dare I? How dare I get that much presumably decent or good attention? How dare I make presumably a good amount of money? How dare I answer this calling in me? Do what I feel like I was fucking born to do. How fucking dare I? How dare I be so fucking moral and uncompromising in my values? To really commit to truth over and over and over again, even when I don't fucking like it. I don't like admitting that I have a history of self-sabotaging. I don't like admitting that when I used to judge people for being successful, I was hurting myself. I don't like that I haven't done this sooner. And instead I've wasted well over a decade of my life struggling unnecessarily. I don't like that I have defense mechanisms that make it really hard for me to be vulnerable with people. I don't like suffering, and I don't like that I'm addicted to it. I don't like how I feel like if I'm not speaking my highest, purest, most innocent truth from the heart, then it doesn't fucking matter what I have to say. No one can tear me down as good as I tear myself down. And no one can build me up as well as I can build myself up. To be a free, autonomous human being is a fuck ton of responsibility. And unfortunately, there is truth to this idea, this understanding that I have that if I'm not serving like my highest good and other people's highest goods, then I'm kind of limiting myself. Or to put it differently, if I'm not open, engaging, and present to the moment, then I'm serving distractions and delusions. Or maybe one step down from that, in the realm of psychology, if I'm not secure, self-regulating, and confident in my abilities, then I'm going to fall into dysfunction, negative habits. And then another step down, even more mild but true than that, on our cultural level, if I'm not hustling for what I believe in or keeping it real, then I'm going to have a mid experience. But the truth is, life is full of mid experiences. There's ups and there's downs. There's successes and there's lessons to be learned. And there's wisdom in doing the damn thing even when we don't feel like it. Because that's part of being true to ourselves, just keeping it real. That's part of how we forge our character. If we were kind and loving and compassionate all the time because there was no other option and it was just not only natural, but the conditions were just always right for it, then the appreciation wouldn't be there for when it is expressed. It would just be taken for granted. And yet I'm pausing this video to think about what I'm going to say, and I think we can grow and evolve. And yet also, that's a practice. So this might be a strange invitation, but I invite you to struggle with me. Because that's life. I have some scruples with a lot of the YouTubers that give advice on how to be successful. Even the ones that on the one in one sentence will say that you should be as ethical as possible. They tend to in the next sentence talk about the product that they're selling and their sponsorships. They say they're ethical products and ethical sponsorships, and they do give a lot of information for free on YouTube when they don't have to, and they got to make a living somehow. But still, I'm not a fan of it. But even so, I do appreciate that more and more of them are being like candid. They're not putting on this fake TV newscaster voice. More on this after these commercials. And I think that's real progress for what it's worth in a society that's kind of dying in late stage capitalism. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm going to keep making these videos. Even with this block, it's just going to be a little bit harder and take a little bit longer. But maybe it'll give me more opportunities like this to keep it real and just like show that this is a process of learning. There's a big learning curve. There's blocks, like writing blocks, and a lot of limiting beliefs to work through. And that's it. 9-minute video today, and do take care, guys.